Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Balance. My name is tom-marquis, the Iowa Speedway. A beautiful Saturday morning here in Indianapolis. Talk with Ed Crash a little bit later on in the show, our official NFL contributor, lead writer for Philadelphia. Yes, we're going to be talking about LaShawn McCoy. Did he or did he? All-stars. And Croatia, they say it. And France, obviously in the World Cup.
The Air National Guard is a reserve component of the United States Air Force and serves alongside active-duty Air Force members in times of a national crisis. In addition, the Air Guard serves the state and local community in a wide range of capacities. The reason people join the Air Guard is as diverse as our members and includes such reasons as a deep desire to serve their country, money for college, travel, new job skills, and the pride that goes along with belonging to the greatest military organization in the world. I joined because I felt a calling to serve my country, but I didn't want to be far away from my family, so the Indiana Air National Guard was a perfect fit for me. With over 95 different career opportunities to choose from and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
It's double trouble, double the fun at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. See the largest antelope on Earth, the giant eland, and the ugliest creature on Earth, the African warthog. There's so much to see and do, including the Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals. See live educational shows. Feel the excitement. Have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo. Feel the adventure. Shop the Simba Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to geico.com and you can save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
When you don't go to geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming, and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything. Tonight.
Tyson, are you there? Go ahead, Tyson. Tyson, can you hear us?
Bluetooth pairing.
Hello, Tyson, can you hear us? Okay, Tyson, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of a technical glitch, that's for sure. Tyson-Lautenschlager joins us from onpitroad.com up in Toronto. Tyson, gotta love your home track. Gotta love the action up there in Toronto, on the streets of Toronto. Talk with us a little bit about what's going on in the Toronto Honda race this weekend.
Yeah, so this is, as you said, you got to love the home race. This is a big one. And this year, this track seems a lot more prepared than it was last year. Last year, we saw a lot of bumpy straightaways, bumpy turns. And this year, even the drivers have been talking about it all weekend, that the straightaways are a lot better this year. They're not as bumpy. They're more paved, and they can actually drive on it. They don't feel like they're hitting their face against the steering wheel this year. So definitely a lot better condition the track's in, and there's Indy Lights just got off the track now for qualifying. IndyCar will be back on shortly in about 25 to 30 minutes for practice. So right now we're seeing Scott Dixon really fast this weekend. Takuma Sato also has a lot of speed. And I think those two right now look to be the drivers to beat.
Tyson, we've been trying to share all your work from onpitroad.com. One of the things I want to talk with you about, obviously huge win for James Hinchcliffe in Iowa last week. Talk with us a little bit about that Iowa race. Man, it kind of came out of nowhere, and James Hinchcliffe, once he got that lead, he was going to hang on to it. It was a pretty exciting win for James Hinchcliffe, obviously a Canadian up there from the Toronto area. The mayor of Hinchtown, of course, his teammate Robert Wickens, as well as a Canadian up there. So talk with us a little bit about Iowa and about the two Canadian drivers there in Toronto this weekend.
Well, it was a huge win for Hinchcliffe last weekend coming into Toronto. You know, you always want to go into your home race with a lot of momentum, and being able to win, even though, you know, he did have to wrestle that lead away from Joseph Newgarden. It seemed like he was going to dominate the race. He led 229 of 300 laps last week, and it seemed like he was running away with it. He had a 10-second lead at one point in the race. But the thing was, on old tires and in traffic, it seemed like Hinchcliffe was able to manage that a little bit better than Newgarden was, which allowed him to get the lead. Obviously, we saw at the end of the race there was issues with the caution that didn't allow the race to go back to green. We had Newgarden and Wickens both hit, allowing for Hinchcliffe to take the win and Spencer Pigot and Takuma Sato to get on the podium. A huge podium finish for Spencer Pigot, his first of his career. Sato with a lot of momentum, finishing fourth at Road America and then third at Iowa, and he's shown a lot of speed here, so he's going to be someone to watch. But this weekend, Canadians, we got Hinch and Robert Wickens. They haven't shown a lot of speed so far in practice, but Hinch has finished on the podium in this race the last 2 years. And then we've also got Montreal's Zach Clayman DeMello racing this weekend. He's hoping to put on a good show. He comes from about a 5-hour drive away, and he considers this his home track, and he's got a lot of fans here. PaySafe is a big supporter. His sponsor is a big supporter of this race, so obviously they want to have a really good weekend for all of his fans and sponsors. But these Canadian fans, they're very cheerful for all the Canadian drivers here.
Well, absolutely, and certainly you got to love the Canadian pride, that's for sure. James Hinchcliffe, one of my personal favorites as well. Let's talk about the news that came down this past week or so from Harding Racing. They're going to put Connor Daly in the car up there in Toronto. I don't know if we can read into the tea leaves. Maybe they feel pretty secure about where they are point-wise for the championship. But more importantly, going into next year, looks like they might be fielding another car. Maybe they're giving some tryouts to drivers like Connor Daly.
Yeah, and this is a really interesting situation, and I'm just going to plug something right now. I have an interview set up later today with Brian Barnhart, the team president for Harding Racing, where I'm going to talk with him all about this and this driver swap, putting Connor Daly in the car, taking Gabby Chavez out, but keeping him under contract so that they can potentially run 2 cars next year. They want to find a new teammate for Gabby because, let's face it, Connor was in the media center yesterday and talked about this, and Connor said, IndyCar is hard, and it is especially hard when you're a team with only one team, one car. All these other teams, Schmidt, Peterson, Andretti, Rahal, Penske, Ganassi, they've all got at least 2 cars in their fleet. Harding Racing is the only full-time single-car team, and it really helps to have a teammate that you can rely on, get some information from. So they're doing these kind of auditions. Connor Daly right now, this is a 1-race deal in the 88. Unknown who could be in the car for the next race. Gabby could come back for a few races, but we don't know quite yet. He is here in Toronto. Gabby Chavez is. He was sitting on the pit box for practice yesterday. So it's definitely going to be an interesting story to watch this weekend and the rest of it.
Tyson, let's talk a little bit about a story you also talked about. Another Canadian, Tagliani, obviously from the Quebec area. We know him well from the Indy Car Series as well, but he's going to be making an appearance in the NASCAR Truck Series. Certainly been a while since he's been in a race vehicle, at least to my knowledge. Maybe he's been doing some stuff overseas. But Alex Tagliani, the Tag, goes into some NASCAR truck racing.
So Tagliani, he runs full-time in the NASCAR Pinty Series, which is our Canadian NASCAR series. So he is here in Toronto this weekend racing. He actually starts on the pole for today's race. But Tagliani, he announced yesterday that he'd be running the truck race for Tyler Young's race team. He ran with them last year at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. But so I had a chance to talk to Alex and catch up with him, and he was really excited about this opportunity. They ran at CTP last year with this same team, and he felt like they weren't prepared enough. It was a last-minute deal that came together, I think, the week of the race. And now they have this deal put together a couple months in advance. They're already preparing the truck, and he's very optimistic heading into this race. He's almost won at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park twice, and now they have some time to prepare and get a truck ready. He feels like they can do it again. He's also telling me they have a sponsorship announcement that they're not quite ready to put out yet. But when it does come out, as a Canadian driver, he says it should really excite a lot of Canadian fans. So that'll be something interesting to watch, where he says the fans should really be engaged with that one.
We're talking with Tyson-Lautenschlager up in Toronto, the streets of Toronto, obviously his home track as well. So we appreciate you giving us a call from onpitroad.com. Make sure you follow him at Tyson Lot.